City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Now, here's Wendy.
Thank you for watching. And say hello to my co-host, my studio audience. Loud and proud. The way I like it. Let's get started. It's time for... Wait. How you doing? Apparently not well. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Come on. Where'd that come from? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a seat. People at home are annoyed. The tickets are free. You're invited to come and see what goes on behind the scenes. There are 2 shows going on here. There's one on TV, and then there's a whole circus behind the scenes. So I want to shout out to all the women around the country that marched in solidarity this weekend. Yep. A lot of celebrities, Viola Davis, Eva Longoria, Whoopi Goldberg, Scarlett Johansson, they all showed up. I mean, just amazing, you know, the turnout in various cities. I loved all the creative signs that were there, especially this one. 20 women not to mess with besides my mom. And I'm number 4. I'm all for the girl power. Look, Cardi B is number 1. I'm all for the girl power. I was at a store this weekend and ran into this young lady. She was working the cash register, and I didn't know whether to say something to her or not. You know what I mean? There were 2 people before me, and she's not making eye contact with anybody, and she looked like meek, like a church mouse, if I can say, without you laughing about it, you know? So when it's my turn, I say to her, how old are you? And she's not making eye contact. She didn't say anything except for, you know, thank you. So I'm hearing the voice as she's saying, you know, thank you to the customers before me. So when I get there, I said, can I offer you a piece of advice even though you didn't ask? First, how old are you? She said 21. I said, you don't want to sit behind this cash register for the rest of your life. You've got to work on your voice, and that doesn't require going to school. You know, get yourself, you know, your device, talk into it, talk in the mirror, work on your eye contact. She says, oh, but I'm really shy. I said, but you don't want to be behind this cash register for the rest of your life. 21 is still young. You still have time to make moves. You don't want to be here for the rest of your life. Yeah. In the name of the sisterhood, I feel like sometimes you have to say something. Maybe her mom never said anything to her about it, and everybody thinks it's cute. It's not cute. Chicago West. Too many syllables. As many of you know, Kim and Kanye named their daughter Chicago West, which I thought I had the best name, which is Wild West. Isn't that a better name? Yes. I'm sure her nickname will be Shy. Hopefully she won't turn out to be shy. Like the girl at the cash register. You know, celebrities can get away with this, naming their kids weird names and stuff. Weird names have infiltrated, though, into real life, you know, for, you know, John Q. Public. By the way, Kanye named the baby. Kim just said, all right, fine. I don't even feel like arguing about it. He's from Chicago. All right, fine. Chicago West. But when you name your kids like Apple and all the weird names that celebrities do, they can do that. You know, Moon Unit Zappa, Dweezil Zappa. They can do that because it is almost assumed, as long as the parents keep the money and their Hollywood cachet or their influence, that these kids will never have to fill out a resume. They won't be going to college. Their parents will buy the college, you know, or buy their way in. They won't be applying for jobs like the rest of everybody else. And so, you know, sometimes a name like Peter is a better selection if you live on Main Street. Do you know? Quanisha. Anyway, reportedly, Kim and Kanye won't be selling photos of the baby. I think they should, and here's why. It makes it less complicated when, I mean, the paparazzi have got to be sick following them right now, you know, trying to get the first pictures. So if you just sell the pictures to, and sell it lowball, $1 million, here People magazine, take these pictures, we'll give the money to charity, you know, we'll show you the receipt that we actually gave the money to charity. But it becomes, first of all, it becomes a hazard in traffic, them speeding around trying to take a look at the baby. And then it becomes annoying at their home, you know, the long lens paparazzi always around. And if you just give them what they want right now, it's not like the paparazzi aren't gonna stop, but at least they will calm down, you know? I used to not be for the baby selling picture thing, and I forgot who came on our show, some celebrity, and said that, you know, we sold the pictures just to, or we just put the pictures out there, you know, in a magazine just to have people leave us alone. I forgot who said that, but I said, yeah, that's smart. Yeah, that's the ticket. Yeah. So, I was only in and out of the Real Housewives of Atlanta last night, but apparently Kenya stormed off and said that her marriage, now, look, was he born with this hair, or is this is that a Nat King Cole? Is that a process? I don't know, I can't really tell. Nice looking couple though, she looks happy. Anyway, Kenya said, said marriage has put her in a different place and she's sick of all the drama. So last night she said that she had enough. Take a look.
That's why I don't want to be a part of this because every time you turn around and trash it,
listen to me. Can you listen?
Gotta do no more. Take my mother mic off.
Kenya?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. No, it's not a moment. See you later. Bye.
Well, I don't believe she's gonna quit the show because what's she gonna do for money? I know she's all over all the negativity, but she shouldn't have it. She still has to keep the interest with the show. She needs the paycheck. I'm not trying to count her money, but what is Kenya Moore doing for money? And I don't know anything about Mark's restaurant. You know, is it like per se? You know? Which is a fancy restaurant. I don't know. You know, that restaurant business can be really good. Then you can just be a stay-at-home wife and show up like Pump shows up at her places. You know? Well, good luck with your decision, Kenya. And, you know, in next week's preview, by the way, we're rumored to see Kenya's replacement, Eva Marcel. Kenya, you like the spotlight and you need that paycheck. And let's not fool each other. By the way, for a full recap on last night's episode, go to wendyshow.com. I really like Portia. You know, especially after Ricky Smiley came and kind of, you know, gave us a different perspective of her. You know, and talking about, you know, if she wasn't employed by him, then he would definitely date her. And so speaking of Ricky Smiley, my parents have a bigger social life than I ever will. I have no idea how they do it. There they are. There they are. With Ricky Smiley. With Ricky Smiley and Ricky Smiley's book and my mom and my dad. I don't understand. As they were doing something social. They're very, very, social butterflies is what they call it. That's my parents. Mm-hmm. That was over the weekend. So, I get a reminder to make sure to watch Griselda. Did you see it on Lifetime? You saw it? Starring Catherine Zeta-Jones. It aired on Saturday night, and then it repeated a lot, but I watched it on Saturday night. And she's the godmother of cocaine. She was running around, shooting anybody or having people shot who got in her way. She would do it herself if she had to. She's responsible for like 200 murders. And all of the coke in the 70s and 80s in Miami, the majority of it was pumped in by her, Griselda. She's from Colombia. And she, long before there was, there were a lot of these drug lords and stuff, there was Griselda. I also watched the 1 hour special after it. And then I watched the movie again only because I didn't feel like getting up and changing the channel. My remote was over there on the floor. So here's my thought. My thought is, I only know Catherine Zeta-Jones from the Douglas dynasty. Married to Michael Douglas. I know that she won an Oscar for Chicago. I never saw the movie Chicago, but I acted on Broadway in Chicago. I mean, I guess she's a pretty good actress. It was her acting last night in Griselda was marginal, and the actors overall, no bueno. And this is a big enough story. If you guys did it right, this was bigger than Lifetime. This needed to have been in the movies. Yeah. And you could have had somebody with a real Spanish accent, like Jennifer Lopez or something like that. You could have had somebody up there do it and cast it because, before there was Scarface, first of all, was fictional. Whereas Griselda, she's the real deal. In the name of the women's movement, and I'm not saying anything that she did was right. We women don't always do right things, but she was a boss long before a boss. And she had 4 sons, and the 4 sons. Anyway, nothing ever happens good in the drug game. Everybody ended up going to jail, of course. Doesn't last for long. She had a lesbian lover who died of an overdose in bed with her. Her heart was broken from that. Griselda was getting high on her own supply, which didn't help her situation. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be repeating again. You should check it out, though. So Monique wants us all to boycott Netflix. Well, she has a point. Now, I don't know about boycotting, but she's trying to enlighten us on something. Monique says that Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle got $20 million for the Netflix specials, and Amy Schumer got $13 million. Now, Netflix came to Monique with a special, and they offered her $500,000. I think that this is a color thing, a gender thing, and I mean, Monique might not be doing much other than a podcast now, but geez Louise, $500,000? She's good for $2 million. So, they say she walked out on the deal in the name of women. What's the next woman gonna settle the tape? If I take $500,000, they're gonna offer the next woman $100,000, and she's gonna take it because they're gonna say, Monique is an Oscar winner and she took $500,000. If you don't want our $100,000, then get to step in. So Monique spoke out for black women. Anyway, she was on my friend Sway's show. Take a look at Sway's Universe.
I couldn't accept that low offer because if I did, Heather B, I couldn't sleep at night. Because I am the most, and I say this humbly, I am the most decorated comedian alive. But if I accepted $500,000, what does Tiffany Haddish have coming? If I accept that, what does the black female comedian have coming? Because what they will say is, Monique accepted this and she's got that. So what do they have coming?
She's got a valid argument. Very valid. So she walked out off the deal. Wanda Sykes tweeted on her social media or got in touch with Monique or something or another and said, look, they offered me less than half of your $500,000. Yes. So she said that she found another home. Hashtag epics. So, you know, and decorated. How is she the most decorated comedian alive? What does that mean? What does that mean? Get on it.
She has an Oscar.
Okay.
And she's an original queen of comedy.
Oh.
But I mean, decorated, it might be a little bit of a stretch, but.
Okay. All right. Well, good decision, Monique. I'm sorry about what happened. So Mike, the situation went to court and got good news and bad news. So he pled guilty to his tax evasion on Friday. The good news is that he's allowed to go to Miami to film the Jersey Shore reunion, but he can't get drunk. Well, allegedly he's sober anyway, so that's not even a part of his life. The bad news is that when he gets back from Miami, he's going to jail for up to 5 years. Now, what do you do if they let you go to Miami and you're hanging out with, you know, your old crew and the cameras are there and you kind of, you know, feeling, first of all, I'm raiding the minibar. I don't care, you know, I'm not gonna smoke your weed, it's gonna stay in my system, but I'm gonna raid the minibar. Snooki is gonna smuggle me a few fifths into my room, yes, and I'm gonna get down. Because I'm going to jail. Also, while I'm down there, I need the best plastic surgeon ever to give me a whole new face. Then I'm gonna jump in the water, swim to Cuba, and start a new life. Yeah. You know, when you know you're going to jail, what do you do with your last few moments? Get drunk, party, try to escape. Do you become a fugitive? I don't know. I think I might hide under the bed or something. I'm not going to jail. They don't allow wigs. Ooh. Ooh. He also has to pay up to a $250,000 fine, he and his brother. So $250 for one and $250 for the other. Boy, I'll tell you. Listen, if he goes to jail for 5 years, even if he does the maximum, because last week we thought it was going to be 15 years, but if he goes to jail for the 5 years, and he's a nice guy, he's going to get along with everybody in there, he'll probably be out in 2. I mean, 1 day in jail is enough. But he'll be out in 2. He'll still be young enough to, you know, get his life going. Hopefully he'll still be married. I'm just saying. Well, good luck, Mike. So speaking of reality stars in prison, I've got a stunning first look at Abby Lee Miller. No, before you show it, let me set you up. Remember, she got the gastric sleeve before going to jail in July. Remember, our show was one of the last shows she went to before going to jail in July. Remember, I've always told you she is so pretty, but you, I guess, never saw it. She and Mama June, I've always thought they're really, really pretty. What are you, fat shaming? Well, let me tell you something right now, Miss Missy. Take a look at this photo of Abby. Okay? Right? Abby got that intervention surgery. She's already lost 100 pounds, and she looks really incredible. She looks incredible. Incredible, Abby. So she says she's doing well, and she's made friends with the inmates and the staff there. And, you know, I don't know exactly. Oh, wait, I do. I heard. She might be getting out as early as next month. And when she gets out, what will she do? Well, in my mind, why not go back and do the Dance Mom show? I mean, we haven't missed a beat. None of those people who filled in for you were able to do anything worthwhile. And if they don't want you at the Dance Mom show, go to Dancing with the Stars, because you'd be a reason to watch. Yeah. Right? She's like the Simon Cowell of the dance world. You'd be a reason to watch. Or that other show, America's Just Dancing.
You can dance?
So you think you can dance. Is that still on? Okay. Look, go on one of those shows, Abby, ask for a boatload of money, because you'd be a reason to tune in. People are gonna be staring at your weight loss. They're definitely gonna love your attitude, you know, as long as you didn't lose the nasty in with losing the weight, you know? Screaming at people and being all funky. And look, as soon as you get out and you plan your tour, don't forget to stop here. I'll be waiting for you. So, they say that OJ wants to live in Vegas permanently. Well, I'll tell you. Remember, OJ told the parole board officials at first that he wanted to live in Florida when he was released from prison. But he scrapped those plans because he's fallen in love with Vegas. He wants to make that his home. Well, you know, I could imagine. They treat him like a king there. People don't, I mean, we treat him like the killer. And if you saw him, you would still give him attention, good or bad, whether you scream at him or you throw a tomato at him or want a selfie with him or want to date him or want to be his friend. You know, he's like a Vegas attraction. You go see Celine Dion, Britney Spears, and if you're lucky, you'll see OJ at the bar. Also, I think it's good, you know, Vegas is a better choice than Miami, because I think that Vegas is more permissive than most places. You know, you can do anything in Vegas. I mean, to get in trouble in Vegas, you really have to be doing them. You have to kill someone. And as long as you don't do that, I think you're good, Juice. All right, everybody. We've got more great show for you. We got the inside scoop on Donald Trump's latest affair with that porn star. Plus Bill Cosby. We haven't forgotten about you. So grab a snack and come on back. Love you for watching. See you next time on Wendy. Bye.
We're clear.
Hey, wait, hey. Don't go anywhere. This clip is over, but don't worry. I got you. Head over to wendyshow.com to watch celebrity interviews, exclusive backstage videos, the inside scoop, and the full segment of juicy hot topics. See it first and see it all now at the new wendyshow.com.